Hey there. So, the question was asked was whether or not the mag release from the original Ruger would work in the Ruger Rimfire. It is the exact same piece. The exact same piece as the not the original Ruger, because that's got a flush mount, but the new generation Ruger 1022s has the same mag release. I guess they call this one the extended mag release. Does not work. Well, it does work with the Ruger or the Tactical Solution extended mag release, except for the trigger housing is moved back a little ways, so you actually have a gap in there. Because remember, the original Ruger has it's a bit of an angle there, so that fills that, and then of course you've got your mag release and stuff that goes there. So you do have a bit of an opening there. So it does work. It's just you got a big opening there, a big that you can get your finger right into. So it works just fine. Like just grab it here. So trying to get it from the side here. You're shooting away. You're shooting away, and you can just put your finger forward, and it works just fine. So yeah, it does work. Like I said, though, you just have that bit of a gap in there. All right, I'll try and show you here. What they did was you got the barrel for the gun, and the trigger assembly is built right onto the bottom of the barrel there. It's a piece that just pops right off. Right? And then what they did was the mag well and the mag release mechanism is a totally separate piece. And what they did was they've got two bedding blocks in here, the front bedding block and then the rear bedding block. And the rear bedding block has the mag release stuff built into it. Right? So I don't think I can do it one-handed. Hang on, I'm going to set this down here, pop it out, just because it's just not something you can do one-handed. So it pops up. It's got these little fairings on it, and it slides directly up. There. That's what it looks like. Now, what it is that if you look at it, it's actually the same as the old Ruger housing, right? It's got the part that holds the mag in, right? It's got the same pinhole, and then inside there it has the same, I can't remember the name for this thing. It runs along the top there, on the top of the trigger housing, and keeps the bolt in line. So that part's all the same, except for it's just in a different package now. So that fin there sticks out on the top of that little hole there, down to that crevice there. So that inner working. So basically, what they did is they took the mag release and the mag well from the Ruger 1022 exactly as it is. The only difference, of course, being is that the trigger is built onto the bottom of the barrel. So for that, they've moved the trigger guard back about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. So there's your difference. All right. So I've reassembled it and put the mag in it. And I've kept the Tactical Solutions on there just because I've got an extra one that's not doing anything. So as you can see, it does, from the side here, it does work flawlessly. Well, this open, I might as well show this now. If you look inside the barrel there, let's see if we can see in here. Whoop. If we look inside the barrel, there, you can see that unlike the 1022, it's got a cutout on each side of the barrel, which is kind of neat because on the bolt, you look at the front of it, the same as the Ruger 1022 bolt. Try to get it in focus there. Except for on the right side, it's got that little assist, that spring-loaded assist that holds the bullet, holds the round. So basically, they're grabbing it from both sides. Hang on, let me grab a. So there's the same as the Ruger 1022, the ejector. Now on this side, they've got this little spring-loaded, or this tension-loaded. So it's basically it's grabbing the shell from both sides. Kind of nifty. So herein lays the problem. didn't think about this when I was taking it apart. It wasn't until I went to put it back together that I realized it. But there's only 2 screws to take apart this entire rifle, right? You pop the bolt out, right? Out comes the bolt. Whee! And then you flip it over. You take out the 2 screws, the one in front of the mag and the one right in front of the trigger bill. And then the entire gun just comes right apart. The stock lifts right off. You're left with the barrel with the trigger assembly. And then, like I said, the mag release and the mag well are in the stock. You cannot get the screw back in on that rear screw because now that is in the way. So yes, you cannot run the extended mag release on this gun. You can't. It will work, but you have no way of getting that in there. No, you can't. I was just thinking maybe if I put the screw in there first, then put the stock back on and used an Allen key to get in there to tighten it up, there's still not enough room, I don't think, to get an Allen key in there. I'll check. You can lift the bolt up, or the mag release up, drop the bolt in, and it drops right all the way down in. Then you can take an Allen key, and you can actually sneak it in from the side here, and you can tighten it up. And when all is said and done, you are then left with a Ruger American Rimfire with a extended mag release, which, with that big gap there, is kind of dorky. But, can be done. Yeah, it works good. I know from one of these that I had on my Butler Creek, because it doesn't really work on the Butler Creek that well either, because the Butler Creek has the pistol grip here. Oh, sorry, I got one right there. The Butler Creek, right, it's got the pistol grip, which comes straight down, instead of the nice angle that most of the 1022s are built at. So it's at a straight angle, and it's actually a lot closer up, so it's a lot harder to get your finger in. And I do know, since these are just aluminum, you can heat them up and then bend them. They actually bend, they're fairly malleable once they're warm. Which makes me suspect that you could reverse this curve here, right? Instead of curving out, you could heat this up a little bit and persuade it to follow in, if you really, really wanted to. Just saying. I think the better way to go would be to get some of the medium length paddles that come down and have the bigger paddle on them. But still, though, you're not going to be able to reach it from the shooting position, because when you're in the shooting position, your hand is just too far back, right? So you're in the proper shooting position there, and even if you had that one that was halfway down, you wouldn't be able to reach it, right? This one's not bad. You just stick your finger out and you can catch it. But if you had one of the medium length ones, you wouldn't be able to reach it, I don't think.